Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. It's a beautiful day here in the Ozarks. I'm drinking a fruit smoothie, which looks gross but tastes delicious. My wife took a bunch of fruit and some kind of V8 energy drink thing, put them in a blender, hooked up to our solar panels. It's delicious. Breakfast of champions. And of course, I have to wash it down with some coffee. So, I am out here watching my friend and brother, Sam, from The Millennial Man on YouTube, work on Janelle's car. Her channel is, Neo Hermites. She doesn't have a lot of videos up yet. He's working on her car, and I'm running my yap, and he's working, trying to be polite. Listen, I said, just treat me like talk radio, man. But we were talking about the concept of... I said create your own reality, and what did you say?
Choose your own adventure.
Choose your own adventure. And what we were talking about was kind of like big picture stuff. If the world changes, you know, we talk about this stuff a lot. Chaos ensues. We're pretty well set here in the Ozarks. We have a community. We're all kind of preppers. We're in a good place. And really, does it matter to us in the big scheme, little scheme of things? I mean, what do you think? You look like you're thinking about something.
Yeah, I mean, with some of the, things that seem to be hanging over our heads, and with the whole one world system that's coming online, some people just sit there at their computer, video after video, and you just let it all go to your head and get super paranoid, and it drives you crazy. And
we were talking about the militia people, and I'm sure they have good intentions, but the reality is, who do they think they're going to fight?
Right.
We've both been in the military, and I was just saying, the average infantry squad has so much firepower, maneuverability, lethality. That's the word,
Yeah.
right? That's just 11 dudes, right? That the average civilian person out there doesn't have a clue what 11 guys can do. And 11 guys rarely go anywhere by themselves. It's usually like 30 guys, right? Like a platoon of guys who also have radios to things like Apaches and drones and stuff like that. And so we were just wondering what people are thinking. And then we were talking about, the world could be in chaos. We haven't been on the news for the last couple hours out here. We don't know what's going on. North Korea could be nuked and putting slime all over Seoul. The East Coast could have taken a nuke hit. We wouldn't know. And if we found, this is kind of what we were talking about, if we found that out, like, I'd search Drudge or something on here, it's like we could spend the rest of the afternoon, hey man, you better go home and get on your internet, and I'm going to get on the internet, and we're like, hey, who's doing this? And do this. Or we could I could continue to watch Sam fix this car. And then we'd have a car that worked at the end of the day. Not if there's EMP, man. You know what? If there's EMP, it affects everybody, and we're still better off, right? Nobody's car's working, and we still have what we have, and we're good to go. And so the create your own reality,
choose your own adventure.
Choose your own adventure. We picked to live here. Well, I won't speak for Sam. I picked to live here because I just felt like God called me here, and it seems like a really good place to make a go of things.
Exactly, that's why I'm here.
We choose to form community, and we have all the brothers and sisters, and we get together and we do stuff. It's choices we made, right? And we were talking bigger thoughts, systems, agricultural into industrial age, into information age, into the artificial intelligence age is probably the next one coming. And you can fight against the new wave all you want. It's just going to wash you over and grind you to powder. The way I see it, you can fight it and lose, frustratedly. You can run from it or hide from it to a degree. And I was using the example of, like, when I was a kid, I had great aunts who lived like they were in the 1800s, little shacks up on the side of a mountain in Pennsylvania with outhouses and stuff. And now I kind of live like my great aunts did here. But the world just kind of washed over them, and they didn't care. They didn't make noise. What's that nail that sticks up, gets hammered down? or you can just go with it. You know, join the new wave. Become an industrialist, become an information age person, become an artificial intelligence person. And then we were talking about, well, at what point do you say no? And I think that's important, to choose your battles. Like, what are reasons, and you know, we can't get too conspiratorial here, and we don't want to like commit felonies or anything, but like, what are reasons you're like, oh heck no, that ain't gonna happen?
I think, well, a lot of people believe as we move towards AI and all that, it's, you know, that beast system coming online. Everyone's got to take the mark. So I know for me, that's my line in the sand. I'm not going to put something in my forehead or on my hand or...
Right.
You know.
Not going to take the mark of the beast. Not going to happen. We're not alone in that, all right? I told Sam, I don't really care who's in charge. I don't really care. It's going to sound really un-American to some of y'all. I don't really care in the big picture who's in charge or what system we're using, because I think it's all going down anyway. The only thing I care about is don't try to enslave me. You know, if you're saying, hey, we're going to take your wife and daughter and send them to the women's work camp, all right, no, we're not playing, right? You know, something's got to give. You know, or all the men get on this truck, all the women never get on the truck, right? That ain't happening. But as long as people generally leave us alone to worship like we want to worship and kind of live the life we want to live, I don't care who I'm paying my taxes to. I can't affect that. I don't care. And I think stressing about coulda, shoulda, woulda, you know, I don't think that's healthy. I think getting out, breathing air, being with people you care about, taking care of business, I think that's what's important. What am I missing here, brother?
Let's see. Basically, just going more off what you said, you can't really stress about the things you can't control. We came out here to live set apart. We can control what goes on in our immediate surroundings. We can control what goes on in our community. That's what really matters. What's going on out there in the world, you're powerless to change it. As negative as that could sound, you can only really control what's immediately around you.
And that's what we're trying to do, is control what's around us. And control not in like a, you know, we must have complete control, but like we're trying to fix this car.
Yeah.
Sam's trying to fix his car. I'm watching and drinking coffee. And then, you know, I'm going to work on a trailer up here and try to put a side up on it today. And, you know, Sam's going to work on what he's going to work on, and life's going to go on. We chose to live here. You came out here with all your earthly possessions in the back of a pickup truck and said, let's figure this out as we go. Yeah. We came out here a slightly different way, but we're both here. And this is this is my reality that I'm creating. It's the adventure you're choosing, and it's working for us. It could work for you. I tell people, if you don't care, it don't matter. Don't stress about the things you can't affect. It doesn't do any good. What's that serenity prayer? We were talking about that. God grant me the
serenity to
change the things I can, accept the things I can't.
Yeah, something to that effect.
Don't get worried about stuff you can't affect. Do concern yourself with how you can better yourself and do the things you want to do. Life's short, you know. You can choose your adventure. Right. I hope you choose one that works for you. All right, I'll see you out there.
See you all around.